Okay, we're going to continue with lesson 1, chapter 1, lesson 10. And this is our lesson on lines. We've talked about the point-slope form of an equation of a line. And now we want to use that to find an equation of the line through the points -2, 3, and 1, -4. So here's our 2 points. Our point-slope form of the equation of a line says y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Well, we're needing the slope, and we don't have that. We do have 2 points, but we don't have the slope. We can use 2 points to find the slope by using our slope equation. M is equal to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Let's label our points. This will be point 1. That'll make this x1 and that y1. This can be point 2. That would make this x2 and this y2. So now we can plug those values in over here. y2 minus y1 would give us a -4 minus 3. x2 minus x1 would give us a y minus a -2. That's going to give us -7 over 3 when we combine those two. So our slope is going to be -7 over 3. We've got a x1, y1. We can plug all those things into this equation. Y minus y1 is y minus 3 is equal to, our slope is -7 over 3 times x minus x1, which is a -2. Following the order of operations, we'll simplify what's inside the parentheses first. And so that's going to give us an x plus 2 inside here. Now we need to use distributive property over here on the right. So let's just leave that left-hand side alone. -7 over 3x minus 14 over 3 as we continue to distribute the -7/3 to both terms. And now we need to add 3 to both sides of our equation because we're trying to get y all by itself over here. So we've got y is equal to -7/3 x. And now we need to combine -14 over 3 to a positive 3. They'll need to have a common denominator. So let's multiply. That's going to be 3. We'll multiply by 3 over 3. This will be -14 over 3 plus a 9 over 3, which gives us a -5 over 3. Bring that back over here and finish up with our equation of the line passing through those 2 points. All right. So now we need to look at another very important form of the equation of a line, and that is the slope-intercept form. We can obtain this by using that point-slope form of an equation of a line and using 0b for our point. And so that would occur if we took, so we're going to take y minus, we're going to use 0b for the x1, y1, and plug those into the point-slope. So that's going to give us y minus y1, that's a b, is equal to m times x minus x1, which is 0. That's going to give us y minus b is equal to mx minus nothing. And we'll add b on both sides. And that gives us our y is equal to mx plus b, the slope-intercept form of the equation of a line. When we have this, our slope is going to be m, whatever the coefficient of x is, and our y-intercept is going to be the b, the constant term at the end. Now let's look at finding an equation of the line with the slope 3 and the y-intercept 2. And so on this problem, we're going to have a slope of 3. Remember, the slope is m. We're going to have a y-intercept of -2. That'll be our b value. We'll plug those in to y is equal to mx plus b, so that's going to be y is equal to 3x, and b is a -2. And there we have the equation in the point, in the slope-intercept form. Example 5, we're to find an equation for the line that has x-intercept 6 and y-intercept 4. An x-intercept has a y value of 0, so this will be the point 60. A y-intercept is at when x is equal to 0, so this will be the point 04. So our x-intercept is 6, 0, our y-intercept is 0, 4, and we want to find the equation of the line that has those 2 points. Let's let this be x1 and this be y1, and this can be our second point at x2, y2. From that we can find the slope using y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. That'll give us a 4 minus 0 over a 0 minus 6, which is going to simplify to become 4 over negative 6, which is negative 2/3 for our slope. So now we're going to have, here's our y-intercept, we have that point 0, 4. That makes b the 4. And so we can plug that in. Y is equal to negative 2/3 x plus 4, and we're there. For the last one on this section, we're going to find the slope and the y-intercept of the line for 4y minus 3x equals 2. So if we'll rewrite that, 4y minus 3x equals 2, if we solve, so what we're going to need to do is solve for y, and then we're going to compare it to y equals mx plus b to pick out our slope and our intercept, our y-intercept. So let's add 3x on both sides. That gives us 4y is equal to 3x plus 2. Now it is important that you write your x term first and then your constant, because that's the proper form that we need it in to compare. Now we'll divide both sides, every term in the whole equation by 4, so that we come up with y is equal to 3/4 x plus, and 2 over 4 simplifies down to 1/2. So when we compare that to y equals mx plus b, my m is going to be 3/4, that's my slope, and my b is going to be 1/2, that's my y-intercept, and here's my slope. If need be, we could give that y-intercept as the point 0, 1/2. That's the point form of our y-intercept.